Okay, in this video number 2, we're going to look at how to just start interacting with things in the game engine. So we're loaded here into the third-person starter project, which gives you a little third-person kind of platformer game to play with. But we want to just get to grips with how to move around the engine, how to move things around that we see, but also how to move ourselves around. Because this is a 3D world, we need to be able to move around it. And it works very much like flying in Minecraft is my favourite way to liken it. So on the viewport, if we hover our mouse over the viewport, we get kind of this crosshair symbol. And I can click on various things, and we'll come on to how to move these things in a minute. But if I just hold down the right click on my mouse, I can look up, look down, look left and right. It's kind of like what the mouse would do in a game. If I was moving that mouse around, it helps me look around. But I've got to hold down right click to enable that, okay? I can also do that with left click, but that only lets me pan left and right, okay? It also, if I click left click, I can kind of walk forward and back. Yeah, I'm moving my mouse around, pressing left click, moving forward and back, and looking left and right. So that's kind of my legs when I click left click. But I like to just hold down right click, look around, and use WASD on the keyboard to kind of just fly around. So I can press S to reverse, W to move forward, and I just move forward in the direction that I'm looking. So if I look over towards this blue cube here, press W, I'm going to fly towards that blue cube. Press S, and I'm going to reverse away from that blue cube, all while holding down right click. And just give it a few minutes of practice, and you'll kind of just find that really comfortable, hopefully, in terms of how you kind of move around the world that you've built. And I can also just tap A and D to just kind of track left and right, to kind of slide left and right. And just by doing this, I can just get close up to whatever it is I want to interact with and do things to it. Yeah. And like I said, you've also got left click. And when I press left click, I kind of just move the mouse around like I'm walking. But that's not as intuitive as right clicking and using WASD. Okay, once you've mastered that, now we're going to master how to move other things in the scene. Let's have a look at this cube here. So this cube is like a little platform. And when I click on something, I get this orange border around it, and by default, the standard mode that I'm in is move mode. And I can tell that by this little symbol here that we call a gizmo, or that we call a pivot point. It's got 3 arrows on it, and if I grab one of those arrows, it allows me to move that object on an axis, on the up and down axis, on the Y axis, on the X axis, and the blue arrow is the Z axis. In Unreal Engine, Z means up, unlike other pieces of software where Y sometimes means up. And if you've ever done maths, trigonometry, 3D in maths, oftentimes you'll often hear Y referred to as the up axis. But with Unreal Engine, they're difficult, they're different. Z is up. So that's the move tool. I can also look at the top of the screen here and see I've got some other tools to play with. So at the moment, move tool selected, and that's highlighted with this little blue box behind the symbol. I've got just a select tool where I can just click on things and not actually do anything to them. Next along from that, I've got rotate, and that will change the move tool, the little gizmo here, to a set of kind of wheels or half wheels. And I can again grab the X wheel, the Z wheel, or the Y wheel to kind of roll that over as and when. And it actually tells me on screen the kind of angle that I've moved it to, or the angle that I've transformed it by, like a bit of a protractor for you maths fans. And the next one along is the scale tool, and that lets me make things bigger or smaller. If you've used Maya, then these kind of tools should be quite familiar to you. And again, I can scale either uniformly or via a certain axis or across a couple of different axes at once. I can also quickly move between these tools by tapping W, E and R on my keyboard. So W for move, E for rotate, and I like to think of it as E for the Earth because the Earth rotates. Not R for rotate, I like to think as R for resize. So W, E and R to quickly move between these tools. And that is how to A, move yourself around, and B, select other objects in the scene and move those around and scale those. There you go. That's how to move, rotate and scale and move yourself around in Unreal Engine.